Alright, what's going on YouTube? So today I'm installing these Shinko 241s on my Talaria xXx. I went with 3" in the back and 2.5" in the front because I want to keep the handling as similar to what it is right now as possible. I think it's a 2.5 right now. The thinner the tire in the front, the better it's going to handle. So I think the 2.75 looks better, but anyways, I went with the 2.5. So yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I'm going to start with the front. Essentially, you're going to need a 5mm. Pretty sure these are called Allens. And this one is a 8mm. So 8mm to take off the axle, and then a 5 to loosen up the whatever these are. These bolts that kind of lock in the axle on the fork. So you'll need to loosen both of those, and you want to get them in so you don't. These things are notorious for stripping on these Chinese bikes, so you have to be really careful with the bolt. Make sure you get it in there really well. And to the side. So, and then you take your 8mm, and essentially this is like a cap that screws on, and you pull the axle out from this side over here. Unscrew the cap. I like to unscrew the cap a little bit, so it's kind of sticking out, and just get something cushiony, give it a little light hammer, so the axle comes out the other side, so you can actually grip it and pull it out. And I'll just use like this rag here, You see that? So it pops out a little bit on this side, so at least you can get a grip on it to pull it out. You see that? So it's just a little cap here. Make sure you don't lose your spacers. So it's useful to have a bucket. It's kind of a workstation here. So the first thing you want to do is just let the air out of the tires. So this is actually my first time changing a tire like this, so I'm learning too. But you gotta let the air out of the tire. You can just take something and stick it in here and push in on the valve stem. Let me try to break this seal. Okay. You see there, it's broken. Do it on both sides. I know my shop is a total mess. I need to clean it. But I got these spoons here. It comes with valve stems. So it's like a whole toolkit for changing these tires. And you've got these spoons that are supposed to help you prevent pinching the inner tube. I don't know what the hell that string is for. I don't need the valve stems. Alright, so basically what you do with these is you want to, stick it in, get underneath the tire, and then, pull them out. And you kind of, it's not as easy as it looks on YouTube. Getting in under the, getting down there is not all that easy. Alright, so basically, once you have a couple, but the trick is just getting them in there. It's kind of a pain in the ass, There we go. Alright, and so I think you can pull the middle out, and you keep going around, and then you kind of keep doing that. Pull the middle one out. Okay, the trick is to get in there is you have to kind of try to get as parallel as you can. So a couple more, we should be good. So once you have it like this, you should be able to push. Oh, we need to take this nut off the inner tube there. There we go. What size is this? 12mm. So this nut right here is 12mm. Alright, well I got a hold of the inner tube. If I just pull it out. Okay. I don't want to damage it. Alright. Seems to be intact. Cool. Is there a size on here? 2.5 to 2.75. So cool, because that's a 2.5. I think you should just be able to yank it off or something. There we go. It just kind of pulls off once you get one side undone and the inner tube out. Now these things are bidirectional, so it doesn't matter how you put them on. So you can see there's no arrows or anything indicating which direction they're supposed to be. Because I think you're supposed to have it a little bit aired up when you stick them in to make it easier to stick in. I think it prevents pinching too, maybe, I'm not sure. So for these ones, I'm pretty sure you can kind of start at one side and just kind of push it in. Well, shit, I'm pushing on the whole tire. That's not good. Shit. Well, maybe I could just push the whole thing off and then take one side back off to get the inner tube in. I'm not sure. Alright. Probably doing this completely wrong, but whatever. So now let's take one side off. Alright. First things first is let's get this in here. Okay. Before we lose that, let's put this nut on. Okay. Alright. So let's get this inner tube back in. We'll try to get in as good as we can without twisting it up. I'm trying to use this line here to make sure it's not like twisting or anything. Yeah, so you can kind of push it on up to a certain point here with the inner tube in, but then you're going to need to do this. And so I believe you just do these backwards. You want to be really careful, of course, with the inner tube. I wonder if I can just push this. Yep, cool. So hopefully I didn't damage that inner tube. Now we can tighten this valve stem back on. Okay, now let's air this thing up. Alright, I like to run these right around 30. Looks like everything went on okay. So let's just get this back on the bike here. Alright, there she is. Front tire's all done. So my GoPro died, so. Anyways, I got the first one done. Looks pretty cool. It doesn't look too small like I was worried. Usually I like the 2.75s, but yeah. Because this bike is smaller, it fits. So, it's the same process for the back, so I'm not gonna film both, but once the back is done, we'll go for a little ride and test it out. Hit some little off-road bits, and I'll tell you how they feel. Alright, so now I'm out here testing the tires out. I also changed the sprocket from a 48 tooth to a 54 tooth sprocket, and I have the non-O-ring chain on there now, but that's a different video. So this will be the first time I'm taking these this bike off-road, so we'll go hit these trails over here really quick, just see how it does. I think it looks better actually with the Shinkos than it does the supermotos. The tire does look a little bit smaller, I think, than the stock one, but still it looks fine to me. It's funny, the back one, this is a 3-inch, so it sits like a lot taller than this one, even though they're both 17-inch wheels. That tire looks a lot bigger, but so that's a 3-inch and that's a 2.5 by 17. Alright, so let's rip on these trails really quick. I already got mud all over myself. Shit. I wanted to go to the store after this. Oh well. I guess I'm going muddy. Did it rain? Oh yeah, it did rain. God damn it. Oh well. Shit, I wanted to rip around over here, but it's too muddy. I'll have to take it slow. But anyways. Yeah, it's just gonna get more muddy. Fuck it. I'm going back. Well, I mean, that was plenty to test these Shinkos, and obviously they're a lot better off-road than the stock street tires. Oh man, look at this. Got fucking mud on my goddamn seat. All over my ass too. Son of a bitch. Well, you can tell she can handle the mud now, for sure. It wasn't really slipping around or anything like that. I had to clean some of this stuff off. It's like really clay. Alright, well I'm going to have to rinse that off and I'm going to go back to the store. But Shinko 241 tire install success. Thanks for watching. Oh geez, look at this. Yeah, I gotta hose all that off. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.